Hi, my name is Dana and I'm a WLA member. I'm here today to show you how to make a new necklace that I designed for you guys a couple weeks ago. It's called Hearts Abound. So these are some of the supplies that the WLA purchased and sent in the care package a couple weeks ago. You'll find some 2mm leather. You'll find some different shapes and different metals that you can use as charms or danglies. You'll find some beads, mostly in red because that's what Vicki was looking for, along with some different aluminum type pieces. In addition, you'll find some what I call S hooks, jump rings, and an assortment of head pins. So one of the first things that you need to do is to cut your leather. This particular necklace is going to hang right about here. So each side is about 19 inches. So you'll need to cut one full length, 38 inches long. This one's actually already cut. Fold it in half and take your two core aluminum pieces. These are going to be really the center of your design. So once you fold your leather in half, poke it through the very front of the two aluminum pieces. And gently feed the tail ends back through the loop. Just like that. You want to pull it snugly so that it fits to form a pretty little clasp connection right at the top. The next thing you want to do is to prepare some of the danglies that will hang from your new Hearts Abound necklace. So the first thing we'll do is we'll take one of these beads. This one is actually ceramic and was purchased from Kazuri, one of the local Kenyan bead factories. Since this necklace will be for me, I'm going to use this bead because I really like it. I have a little anchor bead of any type you want to put on the very bottom and thread it through your bead. At the very top of your ceramic bead, you're going to place your flathead pliers as snugly as you can so that everything's really tight. At the top, I want you to bend it just a little bit over to the right. Holding it snugly, you're going to take your round nose pliers, put them right at the top where you bent to the wire, your head pin. Fold it all the way around. This is going to make the little loop at the top of your dangly. So I'm going to turn it around and position it just like this. I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and continue to wrap it around, forming the bail at the top of your dangly. See, I'm going to continue to push that around. Until it's tight at the top. See? Have your little dangly. We're going to do the same with this little bead right here. Take your pin head, put it through your bead, take your flat nose pliers right at the very top, the snug fit, bend it just a little bit to the right. You're going to take your round nose pliers right at the top, bend it all the way around. Pull it out, what I like to do, and reinsert it in there so you can get a better handle on it. At the very end, very gently, to make that bail, wrap it around as snugly as you can, all the way down. Till you get right to the very tip top of that bead. And this one, I'm going to take my little snips and gently just cut off the ends. And push that end in. There you go. Now I'm going to take the very last bead. I'm using some extras again, just to show you a couple times how to make the little dangly. You can choose how many you want to put on each necklace. But again, since this one is mine, and because I want to show you a couple times, I'm going to do it again. So I put my head pin through the bead. I take my flat nose pliers, and right at the very tip top, I very snugly bend it just a little bit to the right. I take my round nose pliers right at the very top, and I form a loop all the way around. And again, I just wrap it around as snugly as I can, as many times as I can. Until I finish off that dangly. You want it to be as nice and as neat and as snug as you can. There you go. Now the last piece I want to include is a little heart. So you're going to take these pliers, these punch pliers, and at the very top of that little tip of the heart, I'm going to punch a hole. Just like that. All that. There you go. Okay. So now I'm going to hook all of these together. I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and my little curved nose pliers and one of the bigger jump rings, and open it up just by sliding it to the side. Now I'm going to start in the back. So I'm going to put my back bead on first. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to start by putting that little jump ring, making sure I've got it nice and snug on that heart. I'm going to take my second jump ring, slide it open. Again, starting with my bead in the back. And then I think I'll put my heart up next, followed by the other kazuri bead and my other little dangly. I'm heavy on the danglies today. And I'm going to hook them to the middle . That middle ring. Make sure it's very snug. And fitted. Now, the very last thing, and I guess before I put on the clasp, I'll show you. In the end, when I wanted this bead included too, it was probably just a little bit too much for my necklace. So I'm going to save it for next time. So the only thing left is to put on my clasp. So you'll want to take your leather and thread it through the little loop. Now you have some extra on the end to tie the clasp. So what I do, just to double check, is to remeasure. And that's kind of when I decide where I want the clasp to be. So holding that very snugly, I just wrap a little loop. Put it through the two sides of my leather. As tightly as I can. Pull that knot. Okay. So we're almost done. Then the next thing we want to do is to tie the little loop on this side so that it just fits and is equal to this side. See how I'm just looping that around? Oops. Okay, so see how it's just a little bit too short? I want this loop to be the same length as the other side. So So I'm going to make this one a little bit longer. So you got to unhook it, stretch it out just a little bit, and loop it around again. There we go. See how those are much closer? You want to make sure it's pulled very, very tight. There we go. Then I'm just going to slightly trim the ends. There we go. All finished. I hope that wasn't too difficult. But here you go. The hearts abound. Made just for my wheat friends in Kenya.